What's up, my fellow bro gamers? Mr. J313 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new Turian Agent and breaking him down into 3 different playstyles. So, in this first video, we will be doing a true Infiltrator playstyle. In the next will be a shotgun playstyle, and in the one right after that will be more of a mix between the two using ARs and pistols. So, let's jump right into this one. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, I will be okay to do a build guide for each separate one, so let me know down in the comments after the video if you want to see that. So let's go right into it. The Turian Agent is definitely an infiltrator at heart, so that's why I chose using this first video as the infiltrator video. So as you're looking at him, I have the Turian Agent 2, so I have those 3 extra skill points, but what I wanted to look at here was his health and shields. Now he obviously doesn't have the most, but he doesn't have the least. He has on the smaller side for shields. His health is slightly higher than a lot of characters, but for his shields, you know, they're down there. So he's a squishier character, but he's more of a mid-range for it. So he has a nice bit of both, but he could be higher. That's why support systems is probably a pretty beneficial thing you're going to want to spec into him, but let's jump right into it. So, for weapons, obviously, Vanquisher for life. Vanquisher on all my sniper builds. It's just my personal preference. There are a ton of different snipers out there, and if you're not a fan of the Vanquisher, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, you can run a different one. But for mods, you're going to want a barrel mod and a receiver mod for extra penetration. That's what you're going to want on your sniper. Now you can, like I said, run a different one. You could run the Widow. Those are going to be my first 2 picks, Vanquisher and then Widow. Now you also can run the Black Widow and the Ashare, or another one if that's your preference, but I'm going to tell you right now, the 4 core snipers, like I say in all my infiltrator builds, Vanquisher, Widow, Ashare, Black Widow. Those are the 4 core. You should probably stick to those if you're wanting a really good sniper build like this one. So for mods, targeting VI, sniper amp. If you also want to run a pistol on this build, you definitely can. I would say, now as you saw, I didn't change my equipment. Use the gorilla upgrade for extra sniper damage. That's definitely what you want to pick for this. So going into skills, Recon Advisor. It is pretty, you know, it can get kind of crazy here. Not really. For the sniper, you're going to want recharge. On 5, you want range. I know I have duration. That's because I've been playing with this a lot. So, like I said, I'll have to do an in-depth build guide if you want to actually see where I put all my skills. So, on 6, I don't know if I would go into 6. Now, Tactical Cloak, like all other builds, you're going to want recharge speed, duration. You could get Combat Cloak or Escape Artist. That's on you. Either one would work. Support systems, like I said, very, very big deal here. I would honestly go into 4 with duration and then probably get tactical evasion on 5 because he could use the extra health and movement speed. It would be very effective for him. On Apex training, you're going to want all the weapon damage you can get, top for rank 5. Rank 6, it's a tough one, but for a sniper, weapon specialist, definitely. Flamethrower, I'm going to say this right now for all my builds, and I know I'm going to say it later on in the video. I don't know if I would spend any points in Flamethrower because I don't know if it's needed. Now I know the purpose of it, and after playing more I see how effective it is, but I just don't know if it's worth putting points into it because it's pretty good at rank 1. So I don't know if putting any points in Flamethrower is needed. So that's more or less a brief overview of the skills you're going to be using. So let's head over and really check out this build. Here we go with some gameplay. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Recon Advisor, whenever you activate it, it will basically give you wall hacks within a 20 to 25 meter radius. I cannot remember what it is at base level, but it will give you a short range. As you can see through walls, see where all the enemies are. Now, that is not all it does. What it will also do is it will give you extra penetration distance and penetration damage. So, whenever you're shooting through small cover, or some more medium-ish size cover, as I have it right now, I can shoot through a 2.3 meter distance between cover. I have that extra 2.3 meter distance. That's why I like to use the receiver mod to get the more extra distance with that, so I can shoot through even more cover. That is really where I think this character shines, is because it is such a unique skill and why he is so effective at being a sniper. That's why I think range. Now on the skills, you probably saw that I have duration. That's because I've been playing with it and playing with all these different playstyles. For a sniper, I honestly think range would help more because it does have a relatively low recharge speed, especially when you're speccing more skills into that. So you will be able to use it quite often, but you're going to want to watch out on how far you use it. But personally, I would say range is definitely the way to go if you're going to be running this sniper playstyle, because it allows you to sit a little bit further back. As you can tell here on Firebase 0, when I was back in that corner, if you're in the far back corner at base level, you won't be able to target those guys on that little crow's nest. So the extra distance, the extra range for that tactical visor, you will be able to see them from that back corner. So that's kind of why I think distance is going to be more helpful for a sniper. Now, tactical cloak is a very, very, very important skill. Obviously, for a sniper, maybe not as much as the other two playstyles on how I'm going to be using it. But for a sniper, what you're going to want to do with tactical cloak is it's going to be an escape route. If you need to get out of something really quick, or if you're wanting to use it for the damage bonus, if you're shooting in larger enemies, or if you just want to get that one-hit kill off. So that's where tactical cloak is going to come in for the sniper playstyle. Now, flamethrower, obviously, you know, it's short range. You're going to use it if something small gets up on you and you need to use it. Now, like I said earlier about being aggressive or defensive with all these playstyles, every playstyle here, you can use them either way, aggressive or defensive. So that's a really great thing about it. You can get up close with it, or you can kind of hang back. So as you can see now, I'm going to push up. I'm trying to get all of these guys within my targeting reticle. And you can really see that you can put in some work, but maybe not against a Hydra. You're going to have to stand down a bit, use the flamethrower a little, get that burn damage. There you go. So aggressive or defensive, you can use it either way. You just really have to play with it and know your limits. See, as you can see, they're just shooting straight through that wall. The targeting, the Recon Advisor, is such an amazing skill. I honestly love it. After playing this character quite a bit, he is becoming one of my favorite characters. Honestly, best Infiltrator, hands down, no questions about it. This Recon Advisor definitely makes him one of the most effective Infiltrators. So that's really the sniper playstyle. Let's move on to the next playstyle. Honestly, this is a playstyle I've had the most fun with. It is the shotgun playstyle. So going back real quick on the equipment, on the other one you saw I didn't change it from whenever I had the combatives upgrade. Honestly, for a Infiltrator, I would use ammo, shields, or if you would like, you could use the Gorilla upgrade for sniper and pistol damage, and you could run a pistol if you would like. That is all your preference. So here with the shotgun gameplay, or the little breakdown of it, I'm going to be using the Ruzod. Now, if I had the Piranha or the Crusader, I would definitely pick those over any other shotgun, because I personally think those are probably the best shotguns. Now, next in line, I would have to say the Ruzod. Once you start leveling up the Ruzod, it is going to be a very, very, very good weapon, especially once you hit rank 7 with it. Personally, I think below rank 7 it's not really that effective, but the Disciple is also another good one. After using the two quite a bit, I personally have to say I prefer the Ruzod. Now, for equipment with this, it's going to be kind of tricky because there's a lot of different things you could pick. Shield Enhancer is a good one since you're more up close and personal. You could use thermal clip storage if ammo is a problem for you, but I don't see why it should, because you're going to be in constant movement around the map. Picking up ammo shouldn't be a problem. Now, the shock trooper equipment, I personally wouldn't run it because it eliminates you don't need power cells for the Turian Agent, and I don't think the extra 10% shotgun damage is effective, so I don't know. That's going to be on you. I would personally say shield enhancer or ammo. So with boosters, you're going to want to use, for the shotgun playstyle, I would personally say shotgun amps and ammo types. So you could run extra shields if you find yourself getting downed a lot. I would play with that and see, but you shouldn't have much of a problem getting dropped with this playstyle on how I play it. So just follow this guide and you should be fine. Now, for Recon Advisor, you know, you're going to go through it pretty much the same as the sniper, but this time you're going to want recharge speed, duration, and extended duration on rank 6 if you can get to it. Now on Tactical Cloak, this is a big help on this build. So I would say recharge speed, duration, and escape artist. You need escape artist on Tactical Cloak for this build. It is something that is going to be totally effective once you actually start using it. So going back to Recon Advisor, like I said, you're going to want recharge speed, duration on this playstyle, and then extended duration if you want to max Recon Advisor out. You don't have to, but I would say it's probably pretty effective if you could get it. I kind of hope they buff it in the future because an extra 1 second per kill, I don't think it's enough. Flamethrower, like I said, I don't really think you're going to have to go any further than 1. I might play with it and change my mind later on down the road. So with Apex training, you're going to want to go first 3. You're going to want weapons training. You could go with rank 5 for the spare ammo and headshot damage. Now, if you go any further, honestly, it's kind of a tricky one because you do want the extra weapon damage, but Power Specialist is nice because you get an extra tech effect duration, so you're going to get extra Tactical Cloak duration as well as Recon Visor duration, and the weapon weight capacity will be buffed. Plus, on a bonus side, you will get some extra damage on your Flamethrower. So that, I don't really know if I would say there's a better one because they're both pretty effective. So on support systems, you're going to want tech duration all the way for every build. Tech duration is the way to go. I would personally say if you're going to spec any more into this, tactical evasion is going to be more effective because of the movement speed. Movement speed would be a very good thing to have on this playstyle, as well as extra health and shields. On 6, I don't think support systems has anything good on 6 for this playstyle, so that's a brief overview. So let's jump into some gameplay and show how this build plays off. Now, this one is a little bit different from the sniper, obviously, because you're going to be all up in the enemy's face. So what you typically will do is use your Recon Visor to find out where all of the enemies are. You will use Tactical Cloak, and then you will proceed to rush the enemy. Now, with Tactical Cloak, you're going to have that damage bonus as soon as you shoot and come out of Tactical Cloak, so you've got to make sure that first shot will hit. Now, another thing you can do with Tactical Cloak is using the rank 6 perk. If you don't want to run Escape Artist, you could use Combat Cloak for the extra damage while being cloaked. The extra 2 seconds after you fire your first one, you could get another shot, maybe 2 off, depending on the shotgun that you're using. I don't know if you could with the Ruzod because it fires relatively slow. So, that's something you might want to play with, but in my play time with this, I think Escape Artist might help a little bit more because I haven't had a problem getting kills with how I've been playing it so far. So I think Escape Artist might help a little bit more, because another thing, you could use Cloak to get out of a sticky situation, and not having health or shield regenerations while cloaked is a pretty big problem. I have noticed that. So there is no just falling back into cover. You're going to want to get out of the situation entirely. So there's really not anything crazy to go on about this gameplay. It's really just being aggressive. It's getting up close to the enemy and start unloading with your shotgun. The key point with Tactical Visor, the Recon Visor on this build, is you're going to be able to see where all the enemies are. So you're going to want to know where you run and who you're going to be running into. So let's say you're running around the map. Normally with a shotgun build, you might turn a corner and there's a raider there. Perfect. You can kill him real easily. Next, on the flip side, you might run into a Hydra. That's not so great. But with the Turian Agent having the Recon Visor, you will always know where you're going and who you're going to run into. And look at this. Whoop-ah! It just looks like I bought to kick that motherfucker, and that looked awesome. So moving on, anyways, that's really the best thing about using the Turian Agent with a shotgun build. And honestly, out of the 3 playstyles, this is the one I had the most fun playing because it was so different and so aggressive, especially when you pair it with Recon Visor. It's just, I don't know what it was. It was so fun, especially using that Flamethrower. See, that's what I mean. I see Flamethrower as something to mop up the enemy. I don't really see it as something that's going to, say, kill enemies outright. I mean, I know that if you want to spec skills into it, you definitely could, but I just don't see why you would want to waste the skill points because it's such an effective skill at base level. I don't really see the point in putting any more points into it when I would rather spec those points into making this a better overall build, especially because Recon Visor is the focus of this character is his special unique ability, so you obviously want to spec into that. And that's like going back to the Solarian Architect. Whenever the Remnant VI first came out, it was really bad, and then they buffed it and now it's really good. You can go check out my build guide on the Remnant VI, the Remnant Warfighter. For that build guide, I will have a link down in the description if you guys want to check that out if you're interested. But the Recon Advisor is the Turian Agent special ability, and it is so effective. I'm really glad that there's no problems with the Turian Agent that I have seen so far. So that's why I really think speccing into Recon Advisor is the best move you can make. The rank 6 perks for it, I just don't know if they're the best. I mean, I can't really say Shatter Armor on rank 6. I don't even know why that's there. And the extended duration, I mean, for every kill you get will extend the duration by 1 second. That's not enough for me. I don't think that's enough. I think that's just way too low. So I don't know if I'll ever even take that because it just doesn't seem worth it. So that's the shotgun playstyle. Now let's move on to the final playstyle, the AR playstyle. Now this one is a little bit, it's more or less the same as the shotgun playstyle, but you're going to be using an AR. So throughout the gameplay, I'm going to show you using the X5 Ghost and the N7 Valkyrie. Now obviously you're going to run a AR and a pistol with the combatives upgrade. So with this playstyle, you can't be as aggressive with the shotgun because ARs don't put out the same damage as a shotgun, obviously. So with the mods, I'm personally going to say ammo and barrel mods on your pistol and on your AR. I wouldn't run receiver mods because you won't typically find yourself shooting through cover as much as you would with the sniper or the shotgun maybe. Now there are in some cases you will, but I don't think that killing a mod slot for the receiver is going to be the best bet simply because of how low it is. On the sniper you want to run it just for an extra stack effect. Now for choosing the assault rifle, that is personal preference. I use the N7 Valkyrie because I've been wanting to play with it a bit more, and I had not the best time, but I did have a decent time using it. I might try and use it more in the future. With a pistol, you know, anything will work. Just make sure that your recharge is still at 100%. If you're going to be dipping in the negative and you think you have to, do not let it go more than -5%. If you're -5%, you need to trash something. Do not let it go further than that. Because once you start getting in the negatives, you're going to have a real problem with power recharge speed, and it'll start to kill the effectiveness of the build. So for consumables, I would say it's going to be ammo and then maybe an amp. You can pick the amp of your preference, AR or pistol. That's really up to you. So moving on to skills, Recon Advisor, more or less the same as the shotgun build. I would personally say it's going to be recharge speed, duration. I mean, if you want, go with extended duration. I don't know. Range could help to see where you're running into, but I think since, you know, you get a 20 or 25 meter radius at the start, I think that's enough to really see what you're going to be running into. Since this is more of an aggressive build, you can use it defensively, but I personally think duration is going to help more with this build. So with Tactical Cloak, you're pretty much, it's a mix between using it as the sniper would use it and as the shotgun build would use it. So getting the first three, you want recharge, duration. You could get speed, but I personally think duration is a little bit more helpful. Escape Artist, hands down. You wouldn't want Combat Cloak on this. You're going to want Escape Artist on this build. I've definitely noticed that Escape Artist would have helped me in so many situations. So for Flamethrower, like every build, like all of these playstyles I've said, I don't see a point in putting it past rank 1. I just don't see it. Apex Training, you're going to want weapon damage on pretty much everything. I don't know if I would take it past 4. I could see it being effective, maybe, but I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to have my skills set whenever I get to rank 20 or level 20, especially whenever I have the Turian X. So on support systems, you know, tech duration, obviously, you could get rank 5 for tactical evasion, and then rank 6, I just don't see them being effective for this build. So as you can see here, it's pretty much going to be a crossover between the sniper and the shotgun playstyle. It's more of a mid-range, obviously, because you're using assault rifles. So if you're a sniper, you'd really enjoy the first playstyle. If you're a very aggressive shotgun lover, you're going to love the second playstyle. If you're a more of a soldier kind of playstyle, but you want to play the Turian Agent, then this is going to be the playstyle for you, because it plays similarly to a soldier without the fact that you don't have grenades or concussion rifle or flat cannon or turbocharge. You have a very set of unique skills instead of those. You have the Flamethrower, Recon Advisor, and Tactical Cloak. So it's in more of an esque of an agent style. You are an agent. So you're not going to have what a soldier has. You're going to have something a bit more sneaky and tactical. So it's definitely an interesting playstyle. I did have a lot of fun playing all three of them. Personally, I think the shotgun was the most fun. If you're wanting something just for pure fun, the shotgun playstyle is probably going to be for you. If you want something that's the most effective, I would probably have to say the sharpshooter is most effective. Now, where I see this playstyle particularly coming in handy is just for if you're sticking with your team. This playstyle I can't see getting far away from the team, especially if your team is having problems staying alive, which I did have problems with in this game. And if your team can't stay alive, then most likely you probably aren't either. Now, the Turian Agent is a pretty good master of getting out of situations. Honestly, I could say he is the master escape artist, because he does have that Recon Advisor, seeing where he can go, not running into enemies, plus having Tactical Cloak. He can get out of pretty much any situation. Getting objectives with the Turian Agent, also another big deal, because of what I just said. He can cloak, and then he can use Tactical Visor, or Recon Visor. I don't know why I keep saying Tactical Visor. Recon Visor, and you can really see what's ahead of you, so you won't run into something that's going to say, hey, I can see you, stop that, get some help. And then they shoot you and kill you like a Hydra. So he's very effective at pretty much just all around doing a lot of things. He can revive, especially with the new equipment that I'm considering making a video on. I kind of want to see if I can make a medical kind of class build for if four of you guys are looking to get on a team, and you want some good team synergy. Maybe having a medic in the team would be effective. I know that the problem with, so for those of you who do know, the new equipment is pretty much a medic equipment. Whenever you use your Metagel, if you are near a teammate, it will revive them too. And if you're down and use a Metagel near any teammates, it will revive them too. It can revive as many people around you as are down. I do not know the distance on it, or if it can go across map. That I don't know. I haven't really tested it enough. But my problem with that is, the biggest problem is making a class out of that and getting rid of any other equipment for that equipment. Is any operator with Tactical Cloak or Stealth Grid completely and utterly destroys that equipment. There is no reason to have it, other than if you're down and someone else goes down near you and you have that equipment or they have that equipment, you can use that, and it will only cost one Metagel to get both of you up if for some reason someone cannot come revive you. Like if you're across the map, that's the only thing I could see that being effective as. And I think maybe with this playstyle right here, it could be effective, but I don't really know. If you guys are interested in seeing a more of a medic playstyle kind of character with that equipment, let me know, and I will try and see if I can set something up. So as we're down near to the end of the video, I just want to take this last minute to talk to everyone real quick about a couple of things. If you are interested in seeing a breakdown of all three of these playstyles, definitely let me know down in the comments, and I will be up to doing a build guide for each of them with a different name, going in depth on how to do them, just like all of my other build guides. If you want to go check those out, you can check out our Mass Effect playlist at the very end of this video. There will be a link to it. So another thing, if you really want to support our channel, Patreon is the best way to do it. There is a link down in the description to go check that out. So close to 100 subs. Thank you to everyone who is subscribed. Currently at 95 as I'm recording this video. Thank you to everyone. We would be nothing without you. Guys, crazy announcements coming on our Road to 100 podcast. We're going to have a lot of cool things to say at that. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. It'll really help us out. If you're new around here, now's a great time to subscribe because we're putting out new videos every Monday and Friday. That's really all I have for you on this one. This has been Mr. J 313, and I'll see you on the next one. Later, my fella nerds.